Today, we're looking at the missing Syntakt feature that no one is talking about. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shout-out goes to Giddy Gavin. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So Elektron revealed their new groovebox, the Syntakt, a couple days ago. They sent review units out to a whole bunch of different electronic music YouTubers, and there's quite a few videos you can go watch on the groovebox. It was a pretty exciting day, not gonna lie. A new Elektron product, a new premium level groovebox from Elektron, along the lines of the Digitakt and the Digatone. Price-wise, it's actually a little more expensive than either of those boxes. It's actually going for about $1,000 US, and for that you get a 12-track drum machine and synthesizer. It's pretty cool. It's a neat looking groove box, and I was actually really interested in maybe getting my hands on one sometime this year. And then I started to notice there was one feature that seemed to be completely absent that no one was talking about, and that feature is polyphony. I have looked and looked and looked, and everything I can find indicates that all of the different machines, which are basically the different drum and synth engines you can use, are all monophonic. You cannot play a chord. Now, there is a chord machine, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute or two, but I just wanted to bring to light the fact that no one seems to be talking about the lack of polyphony on this thing. And I don't want anyone out there to, make a mistake and pick one of these up if polyphony is important to them. So that's the whole point of this video. The Elektron Syntakt does not have polyphony. Now, it does have, like I said, the chord machine, and that chord machine is actually pulled, seemingly, at least the basics of it, from the Elektron Model Cycles, which is one of my favorite groove boxes that I own. Now, this is also a monophonic drum machine, synth, it's an FM groove box, basically. 6 tracks to work with, 6 different machines, and all of them are monophonic, but price-wise, this guy's $300 US, and I think it's a really great deal, actually. You can come up with some really cool stuff with it. But I want to show you how the chord machine works, if you're not familiar. So I'm going to go ahead here, and right now, I'm on a kick machine by default. I'm going to change it to the chord type. There we go. This down here is my keyboard, basically. So as you can see, you don't actually play a chord. What you do is you just trigger a chord, and then the root of that chord is whatever note you're on. You actually use your parameters to select the inversion of the chord. And then you use another parameter to select what chord you want, if that makes sense. So it says, here we are, minor, unison times 4. There's, unison options, major 7, flat 5, all kinds of different chord shapes. And then you use the Elektron sequencer to sequence, where you want your notes to be, and then you step lock what chords you actually want there. Just like this. So you don't actually get polyphony. You don't actually play the chords. And, on a $300 groovebox, I think that's a pretty nifty solution. I think it's pretty cool. I like it actually quite a bit. And I use the chord oscillator all the time. I actually even use the unison modes on the chord oscillator to come up with lead sounds, because it sounds pretty cool. However, on a $1,000 piece of electronic music gear, to basically just have this chord machine as your only sense of polyphony on a single track is pretty outrageous, I think. And I just wanted to bring a little light to this issue. Why don't we have polyphony on a $1,000 device? Now, I do realize that you get 12 tracks, so you could, use up 3, 4, 5 of those tracks with the same machine duplicated and play different notes on each of those, but it's still going to be a bit of a pain to program those, switch between your tracks and be like, okay, well, I've got my third right here. That means on track 4, I need to have my fifth, and on track 6, I'm going to have, that's where I'm going to have my seventh, and it can be kind of hard to follow like that, but it also means that you just cannot play a chord. So, if I go to track 5, which is a tone track, it's monophonic. I can't play a chord, and that's how it's going to be on the Elektron Syntakt as well. Now, that's not going to stop you from coming up with really cool songs, because it's still an Elektron sequencer, so you're still going to get access to all of the conditional triggers and, the actual implementation of the different sound design parameters on these tracks and the effects and the combination of digital and analog track types or machine types is really cool. And I think a lot of the sounds that people have gotten out of it so far have been awesome. I really enjoyed Cuckoo's Jam, actually, quite a bit. I've listened to his video several times on it, but it's still frustrating. Just the overall lack of polyphony. I want to be able to play multiple notes, and I feel if I'm paying $1,000 for what a lot of people, at least a lot of the reviewers, are saying is one of the best grooveboxes they've ever used, you should be able to play multiple notes on one track. I mean, come on. Now, if polyphony's not important to you, then by all means, the Syntakt looks to be a beast of a box. I think it might be priced a little higher than it should be. Probably should be down with the Digatone and the Digitakt at $800 US, but that's a whole different video topic. And who knows, maybe Elektron can fix the polyphony issue with a firmware update. I'm not really sure. That would be nice, at least on the digital engines, to have more than one voice available, especially because on the MIDI tracks, that's another thing. You can take any of the existing 12 tracks and change them to a MIDI track, I believe. If you're controlling an external piece of gear with a MIDI track, you do get 4-note polyphony. So why can't we have 4-note polyphony on a digital synth engine? Or machine, as they call it, Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe someone can enlighten me in the comment section below. As always, I am very interested in hearing what you all have to say. Please light up that comment section. We're going to close this one out with a jam that I came up with last night on the Model Cycles. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.